This meeting is being recorded.
Purnamadaṃ Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Dhyanamula Purarmurtiṃ Pujamulum Propadam Mantramulam Gururvakyam Mokshamulam Gurar Kripa Akhandamandalakar Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Grab your palm. Keep it on your eyes, on your face, on your neck, and gently feel the warmth and keep it on your lap. Open your eyes slowly. Welcome, all of you. Welcome back. So, today we will discuss something, right? So, who will start?
Regarding the respiratory and
The session that we have discussed yesterday, based on that, we will just discuss for 1 minute, everyone. So who will start? Anam, I think so, right? Yeah, sure, go ahead.
I'd like to begin. Yesterday we started with the respiratory system and we moved on to the cardiovascular system. And we have to realize that all of these systems are connected. It's not just about the individual system of how it works. We also must understand how they work with each other. So respiration is basically the exchange of gas from the inside of the body to the outside, and how our body takes in oxygen and gives out carbon dioxide through a process which is called respiration. So it starts in the nose, it goes down the larynx and the pharynx, the trachea, the bronchi, which branches into the bronchioles and goes into even smaller parts, which is the alveolar sacs. They have blood vessels around them, capillaries, which are the thinnest form of the vessel. And the capillaries is where the exchange of gas takes place through the balloon-like alveolar structures. That blood that takes in the oxygen and gives back the carbon dioxide is basically all connected to the heart. And at the heart, which is where the cardiovascular system begins, the deoxygenated blood will go into the the deoxygenated blood will go from the right atrium.
Right. We are taking oxygen. And then deoxygenated is exhaled.
Deoxygenated will come from the right atrium, right ventricle, and go into the lungs to get oxygenated, to give out the carbon dioxide, get oxygenated. It comes back into the left atrium, goes out through the left ventricle, and that's how it then transfers through the body. It's the, what's it called? The coronary artery is what is supplying oxygen to the heart. And the aorta is the main artery that is sending out the oxygenated blood through the body.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, thank you. I think you have just mentioned everything well. Just remember the atrium, which one is taking the oxygenated blood and which one is releasing the deoxygenated blood.
Yeah.
Now, okay, thank you so much.
I have one question. She mentioned gas. So it should be air, oxygenated air, or gas?
It's a gas.
Yes.
Yes, because in science, there are 4 forms. Yeah. So there is nothing called air. So all are gas. So material, liquid, gas, and plasma. They're the 4 states. So
state,
yes, we scientists prefer to use it gas. So it's absolutely correct.
because
Yeah.
in school we were said not to specify a gas. It's an air that you're taking in. So that's the form. Okay, no worries.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. So now, Shweta, it's up to you. You just
I
explain.
I was correcting Anna. So respiratory is basically it has 3 steps: inhale, retention, and exhale. So we inhale through nose, we go through larynx, pharynx, trachea, and then it distributes into what is that term? A capillary. So a smaller unit. No, sorry, before the alveolar. Sorry. Sorry, I have to. So, ma'am, what is that? A starting with A.
It is alveoli, alveolar sac. Yes.
I was mixing with algae. Sorry, alveoli. And then the capillary, which absorbs the oxygen and distribute throughout the body. And the cardiovascular system, which happens in the heart. So the air goes into the heart, gets purified, and is distributed.
No. Sorry, interrupting. Again, it's wrong. Cardiovascular system is going to heart, not only heart and the vessels. Heart and the blood vessels. Yes.
And then, there is always one way of flowing of the air, which is you mentioned twice or thrice.
Yes. No. It's not air. It's the oxygenated blood that is coming into one direction.
Sorry, it is always in one direction. That is very important, which heart maintains. So it's like from left to left. Sorry, I forgot that.
So you have mixed entire thing. Okay, thanks for the nice effort. Okay, I will come to you later.
Yes,
now I will go to who want. So I will go to the Arundhati. Just a very brief. It's nothing to worry about. It just we are discussing.
Yeah. Ma'am, I just made a note of circulatory system, that is the cardiac system, and the respiratory system part. I know, but I'm a bit confused. I cannot explain it in a better way. How, Anam has said, the circulatory system, which is also known as the cardiac system, we also call it cardiac system and it's a transport system of our body.
Okay.
So this system includes the heart. It has 4 major components: the heart, the arteries, the veins, and the blood vessels.
Excellent. Yes. Next.
The heart pumps the blood throughout the body. Okay. So the heart, it has 4 chambers. I just made a short note of it I know this way I have understood the process.
Yeah, it is correct. Whatever you were saying, it's correct. Once you were saying something, you have to memorize the entire points. You have just whatever you have taken from the notes as a notes or whatever it is. So this the kind of question you may be asked at the time of practical examination. Like explain the one system in a very brief way. And you must know it. And you must not hesitate. Whatever the knowledge you are collecting, you do not confuse on that and don't make it fragile. It should have a concrete one. Whatever you are learning, it should be concrete. We must not know everything. But whatever we are learning, that should be very perfect.
Sure.
Okay. Now, so you just tell me one thing. Tell me one thing. Which vessels are mostly carrying the deoxygenated blood?
The deoxygenated blood
means where the oxygen is not present.
Right atrium?
The vessels. I'm talking about the vessels. Vessels means either veins or
veins carries the deoxygenated blood.
Correct. Okay, thank you. Now I'm coming to the Tamanna. Tamanna, are you present? You were present yesterday, right?
Ma'am, yesterday means last anatomy class.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So tell me, what is the term signifies that cardiovascular system? Why we call it, why we are separating it from the circulatory system?
Cardiovascular system and the heart and nerves are generally the heart and nerves. We breathe from the windpipe, and that oxygen in the lungs gets goes to the heart and oxygenates the blood, and the oxygenates the blood, and the whatever and the carbon dioxide goes out from our windpipe from the nostrils.
Okay, but one thing you have to correct that it is not the cardiovascular system once you are taking the lungs. Lungs is a part of the respiratory system or the pulmonary system. Lungs are not coming into the cardiovascular system. Okay, it is a different system. It's a respiratory system because we know what specifically what does it mean, a system. Okay, so pulmonary system or the lungs are
Okay,
not
fine.
included in the cardiovascular system. In the cardiovascular system, the organs are present, heart itself and the vessels. Okay, so these are the part of cardiovascular system. Now I will go to, okay, thank you. And I will go to
Okay,
the,
ma'am.
yes, Arundhati.
I have one question. Veins and arteries. So veins carry the oxygenated and arteries.
Just opposite, just opposite. Just opposite. And the exception, who can tell me the exception?
The pulmonary veins
Yes, correct. Pulmonary veins, correct, just carrying the
carries
oxygenated blood.
oxygenated blood. Ma'am,
And another one exception, arteries carrying the deoxygenated blood. Similarly,
Pulmonary artery.
pulmonary.
correct. Correct. So I'm quite happy that you are giving, all of you are giving very correct answer.
Ma'am, I just want to finish my thing. Can you
Yeah.
please?
Sure, you go ahead.
Yeah, I just said ki it has 4 chambers, the 2 ventricles and 2 atrium. And the deoxygenated blood enters the right atrium through 2 veins, that is inferior vena cava and superior vena cava, right?
Correct.
Then the impure blood passes through the right ventricle through the tricuspid valve, what you said yesterday only.
Yes, correct.
Then the blood is pumped through the pulmonary artery to the lungs for the exchange of gases, right? And then the oxygenated blood returns to the left atrium through the pulmonary vein. And the pure oxygenated blood comes to the left ventricle, is now passed through the whole body, passed to the whole body through aorta. This much I have.
Correct.
This is enough
Absolutely.
to describe circulatory system.
No. Now I will go to the MOMI.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. A very brief circulatory system that your friends can understand it. Like that, we have to explain.
Okay, so there are 4 chambers in the heart. So that is the right ventricle, left ventricle, and the right side that we are saying is actually the left side of our heart, like of my position. And the deoxygenated blood, it enters into the right ventricle, and then it moves to the right atrium, and then it goes to
No, just opposite. First, it is coming to the right atrium. Then ventricle is the lower chamber.
Okay.
First coming to the atrium. Then from the atrium, it goes down to the ventricle. Ventricle having the major area, it will pump it through the vessel. Yes.
And then it will enter into the pulmonary arteries, which will carry the blood from the heart to the lungs, and then
No. Make it a correction.
from the lungs it will come to the heart, and then
No, once from the lungs it is coming to the heart, it is oxygenated one.
yeah.
Okay. And from heart it is going to the lung, that is deoxygenated. Correct. Oh God. Okay, now tell me one thing, what is systole and what is diastole?
Well, that was, I was about to ask you, ma'am. I forgot this actually today. High diastolic pressure, yeah.
Yes, systole means once it is pushing down the entire blood to the ventricle. Systole. It is already, from the name, it is evident that it is giving some pressure. And due to that pressure, the valves are opening into the one direction, and through that, the blood is entering to the ventricle, whatever it is, oxygenated or deoxygenated.
But, ma'am, and how is it related to the Kumbhaka? You were saying that yesterday.
I will tell you that.
Yeah.
But diastole means the relaxation.
Okay.
The relaxation, it is expanded and flowing it out from the heart, throwing it out from the heart. So diastolic is the relaxation. That time the pressure should be less. And systole, the blood pressure should be high. And the Kumbhaka is not related to the circulatory. Kumbhaka is related to the breathing. So
Okay.
once I was talking about the oxygen saturation, the last Shweta has inquired about gas or air. It's a very good question indeed. So gas, we are using it term the gas because the density or the concentration gradient. Basically in the physics, some place is a lesser mass, the higher concentration gradient will tend to move to the lower concentration gradient. And it is a characteristics of a gas. So
Okay.
that's why once alveolar sac is having lesser density gradient because it is releasing the carbon dioxide that was filled it up previously. So the concentration gradient is less. It is like an empty space. The oxygen will penetrate. These oxygen penetration from alveoli and alveoli to blood, this takes a time. We have a body clock and our body will maintain that time. So that's why everybody shouldn't have the same breathing pattern. It is specifically more or less it is average, but sometimes it depends upon the practice. Those who are good practitioner, they are having lesser breathing time or they will take more breathing. So that is in that case, our oxygen saturation level will be also varying.
हम लाइक अगर हम लोग भ्रामरी कर रहे हैं तो ज्यादा देर तक अगर हम लेके बहुत देर तक हम लोग ले रहे हैं, that means our breathing is good.
Brahmari.
Yes.
At the time of Brahmari, you were doing Kumbhaka.
No, I'm saying that we inhale, we pump up, and then we, while Hunkara, we just pump out the breathing out, right? So, वो भी आपका बताएगा क्या कि like आपका breathing कैसा है, like?
Yes, that is also because it is a type of a retention practice or retention. So, but never hold your teeth once you are doing Brahmari. Your teeth will be damaged. So, if you have any enemy, you can give that suggestion.
Okay.
That do Brahmari, just closing your teeth. So your teeth will be damaged within a few weeks.
Okay.
So never close that teeth. That's why we do the upliftment of our tongue.
Okay. That I was not aware. Okay.
Okay. So never touch the teeth once you are doing the Brahmari because it will produce a very small frequency that will degenerate your teeth.
Okay.
So that's why, and retention and exhalation will be the similar part of the other pranayamas. And you're talking about the respiration, it is not related to the circulatory part. It is related to the respiration technique and based on the alveolar sac and the gas exchange phenomenon. It is based on only this. Okay, thank you. Now I will come to the Gargi. Gargi, please tell me the components or the organs we have in the respiratory system.
रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम का जो मेन ऑर्गन है वो है लंग्स. फर्स्ट जब हम लोग इनहेल करते हैं नोज से, वो गैस फर्स्ट ट्रैकिया से होके वो ब्रोंकियस में जाता है. देन ब्रोंकियस दोनों लंग्स के अंदर छोटा छोटा ब्रोंकियल्स में डिवाइड हुआ है. वो ब्रोंकियल्स में होके वो गैस जाता है एल्वियोलाई में. देन एल्वियोलाई रैप्ड है कुछ कैपिलरीज से और वो एल्वियोलाई में गैस एक्सचेंज होता है.
एल्वियोलाई एंड कैपिलरी के अंदर दे आर बोथ इंटरैक्टिंग विद ईच अदर. एल्वियोलाई से जाता है कैपिलरी के अंदर और कैपिलरीज में जो कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड है वो एल्वियोलाई में चले आते हैं. फिर वो इनहेल एक्सहेलेशन के time, during the time of exhalation, it goes out.
Okay.
So correct, you have said very correctly. Now I will go to Devarati. Are you there, Devarati? Okay, Shilpi, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Shilpi,
ম্যাম
বলো।
কি মানে রেসপিরেটরি
রেসপিরেটরি সিস্টেমস কি কি অর্গানস আছে আর কিভাবে আমরা মানে রেসপিরেশন হয়, এর কি কি স্টেজেস আছে, দ্যাটস অল।
ম্যাম রেসপিরেটরি সিস্টেমে হচ্ছে কি মেন হলো আমাদের আউটার হলো নেজাল ক্যাভিটি থেকে প্রথমে আমাদের গ্যাস যায়, তারপর ল্যারিংস থেকে ফ্যারিংস, তারপর ট্রাকিয়া থেকে ব্রঙ্কাইল থেকে ব্রঙ্কিওলের মাধ্যমে ব্রঙ্কিওলে বিভক্ত হয়ে ফুসফুস মানে
লাংস,
লাংসে যাচ্ছে। সেখান থেকে অ্যালভিওলাই এর মাধ্যমে আর এদিকে
অ্যালভিওলাই আর ক্যাপিলারির মধ্যে এক্সচেঞ্জ হচ্ছে।
ক্যাপিলারি মানে চেঞ্জ হচ্ছে, সেখান থেকে আমাদের ক্যাপিলারির মাধ্যমে ডিঅক্সিনেটেড ব্লাড মানে কার্বন ডাই অক্সাইড যুক্ত ব্লাড হচ্ছে কি ফুসফুসে হচ্ছে, আর
কার্বন ডাই অক্সাইড যেটা আছে ক্যাপিলারিতে সেটা তোমার অ্যালভিওলাইতে চলে আসছে, আর অ্যালভিওলাই যে অক্সিজেনটা নিল সেটা ক্যাপিলারিতে দিয়ে
চেঞ্জ হচ্ছে। সেখান থেকে আমরা সেই ব্লাডটা হচ্ছে কি ডিঅক্সিনেটেড ব্লাড অ্যালভিওলাইয়ের মাধ্যমে সেটা আবার হার্টে যায়, হার্টে গিয়ে সেখানে
না, ডিঅক্সিজেনেটেড ব্লাড হার্টে যায় না। ডিঅক্সিজেনেট হার্টের তো কাজ হচ্ছে সারা শরীর থেকে তোমার ডিঅক্সিজেনেটেড ব্লাড, আবার ডিঅক্সিজেনেটেড যে গ্যাসটা মানে কার্বন ডাই অক্সাইড রিচ ব্লাড, সে অক্সিজেন আবার ব্যাক করে চলে এলো লাংসে, এবার এক্সিলেশনের থ্রু দিয়ে ওটা বডি থেকে বেরিয়ে যায়।
বেরিয়ে যাচ্ছে।
ওটা আর ওটা বাই প্রোডাক্ট, আমার লাগবে না, ওটা ওয়েস্ট প্রোডাক্ট, ওটা কাইন্ড অফ দ্য that toxins we do not require it, we must exhale it from the body. Correct, ঠিক হয়েছে। আরেকটু প্রিপারেশন করো। and দেবারতী কুম্ভকে আছে মনে হচ্ছে, দেবারতী নন্দা, are you there? Okay, she is not there, fine. So we are now we have just finished the cardiovascular system. Now the most difficult one, which is called the digestive system. That you can call it the difficult one. Any disease, mostly the 20 types of disease which is related to the flame, which is related to the indigestion. So really everything comes out from the digestive tract. So I will just open the digestive system. First, I will show you one picture of the GI tract. Okay. Screen is visible, okay? Confirm. This is the digestive system. The digestive system means, from the name you can understand, it is related to the digestion. Digestion, okay? Digestion comes after ingestion. Ingestion and digestion. So ingestion means we are having something in our oral cavity. This is oral cavity or buccal cavity. Buccal, B-U-C-C-A-L, buccal cavity. Within this cavity, if something goes inside, it starts to break through our teeth and the lysozyme, the enzymes that are present in the salivary glands and the mouth. Immediately it starts, okay? Once something has been ingested, then that thing will go down to the long pipe, which is called esophagus. This is the esophagus. Esophagus, the thing that has come down to the esophagus, it is not the food. It is the extraction of the food, because it has been mixed with the saliva. It has mixed with the enzymes, those are present in the mouth, and break down through the teeth. So the form of its prior form at the time of ingestion has been completely changed to something else. It is called bolus. That bolus is coming down to the esophagus. You can see through the esophagus having some movement like this, contraction and relaxation. It is called peristalsis. Contraction and relaxation, contraction and relaxation. Through that, the food or bolus will come to the stomach. Now, stomach is filled with acid or stomach juice. Those acids are there to break the bolus further. It has been break down to its maximum. Okay. And it has been converted from bolus to chyme. Chyme, chyme, chyme. Bolus to chyme. So first food from the buccal cavity, once it is entered, it has been mixed with the saliva and the through the that's are coming from the salivary glands. It is following the esophagus, and from the esophagus, the bolus is coming to the stomach. In the stomach, the food is mixed with the stomach juice. Again, some enzymes, digestive enzymes, and here mostly the food has been digested. Apart from fat type materials, the entire carbohydrate and protein rich food almost digested in the stomach. It will take more or less 2 to 3 hours after ingestion to forming the food as chyme. So that's why every time it is told that do not do any upper body exercise after ingestion or after taking food. 2 to 3 hours should be gap. There should be gap because it is converting. This area is working very hard to convert it from bolus to chyme. So once the chyme has been prepared, it will go to the area which is called, there is a gap. There is a U-shaped structure in stomach and small intestine. Can you see it? This one. This is the stomach, and from here the small intestine starts. Stomach, small intestine having 3 sections. What are those? Duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. Remember it, very important. The duodenum, the first part of the small intestine, duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. Duodenum, in the duodenum area, see the pancreas is also there. And from the gallbladder, from the gallbladder, the gall, that means the bile also coming to that area. That means biles are there to digest the fat, and trypsinogen, chymotrypsinogen, this type of enzymes, those are also present over there. So any fat related food or fatty materials will go to the duodenum and then digest. So it will take maximum time to digest. So duodenum, once the digestion is done in the duodenum, that food is almost converted or break down into the tiniest part, go to the jejunum. Here it follows the 22 feet tube. Can you imagine 22 to 22 feet tube? The small intestine length is 20 to 22 feet. Can you imagine it? 7 meters more or less. How long it is. So the food will travel, or the chyme will travel after coming from the duodenum path, this 7 meters of distance, more or less. Then it will reach to the ileum. Once it will go to the ileum, the mixing of blood will be done here. The food particles with its that means with its molecular form. Molecular means is very, very, very small form of the food. Very, very, very small form. In the molecular form, it will mix up with the blood in the ileum region. There is a finger-like projections are there in the ileum. They will collect the food materials or the nutrients or the extract of the food. Fine. And now what happens? The waste product of the food, those are not utilized and not break down. They will come to the large intestine. This outer surface or the dark pink colored area is the large intestine. This is small intestine and this is large intestine. And the large intestine also having sections. The first it comes to the cecum. Then it is following the path which is called ascending colon. Then transverse colon. And finally descending colon. See how many sections are there? Cecum, ascending colon, transverse colon, and descending colon. So 4 sections again in the large intestine also. So cecum, ascending colon, transverse colon, descending colon. In the area colon, few vitamins are produced from the extraction of the food materials. Like the waste product, those are traveling, those are not has been dissolved to the blood. They're following this path, and during this path, few vitamins like A, E, these types of vitamins are produced in that area. And within that area, we have 600 varieties of bacteria. 600 varieties. Those are all good for our health. They will help us to produce the vitamin D and the vitamin A or like that. Those are produced in that area. So nothing left in the food product. So everything has been extracted from the food we have ingested. And the remaining waste will follow this path and it will be excreted. This is the rectum, and through anus, it will come out from the body as food. So these are the process of digestive system, and the entire process, see the abdominal cavities are holding the major organs for the digestive system like stomach, liver. Liver is producing that bile, and from that bile has been stored in the gallbladder, and gallbladder releasing that bile in the duodenum. The gallbladder, this is the liver is producing that, and gallbladder is storing the bile. Once it is required to digest the fat, gallbladder will release with a duct to the duodenum. And similarly, pancreas also producing the different types of hormones and enzymes. Like insulin, glucagon, these are the important hormones. Those are maintaining the blood sugar level within the body. So these are the pancreas, and everything, see, diabetes is very important and fatal disease nowadays. So pancreas is related for diabetes. So the gastric ulcer or GERD symptom, that means gastroesophageal reflux disease, GERD. So GERD will be, there is a sphincter. Sphincter means like a one-way cover. That sphincter in between that esophagus and stomach. Esophagus and stomach juice cannot go upside due to that sphincter. But those who are facing the GERD symptoms, their sphincter is open, and the stomach juice will go upward, and there they have tingling sensation in the, or burning sensation in the throat. There's a heartburn, or like that. These are all GERD symptoms. And once the pancreas, you know that the fatty liver, one of the fatal disease. That means colitis. Colitis means once the bowel that has not been moved through that entire pathway, they're producing some small lump. That lumps are forming the colitis. And irritable bowel syndrome, that means the bowel has been in the colon, the bowel not has been moved properly. And the IBS, one of the important disease. So these are lifetime disease or the modern life disease. Those are generated within that area only. So caring of the abdomen is most important part of our lifestyle today. So digestion, and once the food has been extracted from the body, these area also, the after anus and that rectum and anus will be cleaned properly. In all Hatha Yoga texts, these part are given tremendous importance to clean it up properly. Lot of practices are there. Brahishkritam, Mulashadhanam, lot of practices are there in the yogic texts and practicals. So another one that is called Shankha Prakshalan. Shankha Prakshalan is also one of the very important part. And this kind of question you may be asked at the time of practical exam. Can you explain one practice of yogic practice that is related to the digestive system? So we call it dhoti, vasti, we call it mula shadanam, bahishkritam, whatever the as per your choice you can say the answer. Dhoti means that cleaning of that upper GI tract. That is a dhoti. There is a kunjal also. Lot of things are there. So you can say. So these are the GI tract and digestive system. Is it clear? Yes, please.
Once people have gallbladder stones, so the gallbladder gets removed. Then the bile juice, where is the bile juice stored? It directly goes to duodenum.
Bile juice stored in the gallbladder. Bile has been produced in the liver and it is stored in the gallbladder. And from the gallbladder, once the fatty materials are come to the duodenum, those who are having operated their gallbladder, their fat intake should be reduced. Because it will directly, there is no drug. Though they will not face any kind of problem, but the storage material has been removed from the body. Those who are having the gallstones or gall operations. So that is a gallbladder. Gallbladder is storing the bile. And it has been created from the liver cells. Liver cells are producing it.
Okay, ma'am.
And ma'am, this appendix is connected to the large intestine.
Large intestine. Because it is a, not required now. It is a vestigial. So it helps at the time of, once someone starts to crawling. It will help to maintain the body balance at the time of crawling.
Okay, the appendix.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, and after that, it doesn't have any
Use.
uh,
Function.
function in the body.
Even gallbladder and appendix are both vestigial organs.
Yes.
Okay.
But gallbladder is storing the bile.
Yeah.
But appendix is helping only the 6 months to 8 months of a child, when he or she is 6 months or 8 months old, to learn the crawling. But nowadays, the kids and the toddlers are not crawling. They direct start walking. So crawling is a process through which the body balance can be maintained through the appendix.
Okay.
There is nothing, no more function on it.
In the picture you showed, a gallbladder is embedded over pancreas, the blue, the green.
Yes, it is not embedded, it is a 3D. It is a hollow space. Gallbladder is separately placed, just backside of the liver. This is the liver, the backside of the liver. And through a duct, it is coming to it.
Okay, it is, so is it connected to pancreas?
No, actually it is showing that once the fat is required, fat material should be digested, the duodenum will take that action, and
Yes.
from the pancreas juice will come over there, and from the bile, from the gallbladder, bile will come on that place, and this place will be the place of interaction of the entire fat material.
So as gallbladder can be removed, is pancreas also removable?
No, pancreas cannot be removed.
It is important, right?
It
Always.
is someone those so if someone is having an anomaly in the pancreas, which is called pancreatitis, they will not survive for more than 1 year. So
Okay.
it is a very fatal, it is a rare disease, and you know, that pathetic one. So it is a part of the body, it cannot be removed. Like a like liver, like stomach, it
So I
cannot
can
be.
talk about pancreatic cancer.
Pancreatic cancer is a very much, you know, the modern time disorder. Very patients are facing it due to the junk foods
Mhm.
and the pesticized that is called the soft drinks. So these are these foods, these liquids must be avoided, and the alcohol. It is very dangerous for, these are very delicate, you know, that in the stomach, if can you imagine, if we can eat some iron, it could be dissolved in the stomach, like a nail can be dissolved within the stomach. So can you imagine uh, the power of the stomach juice? So, and some,
Hydrochloric acid.
yes,
Hydrochloric acid.
I'm not getting your voice, beta, please louder.
Ma'am, hydrochloric acid.
Hydrochloric acid.
Okay, okay, hydrochloric acid. Okay, yes, that is the main part of the stomach, HCl. And there is a lining of the stomach also, because otherwise stomach wall will be damaged. So there is the lining of the epithelial lining of the stomach. That's why the spicy foods will do what? If you have the experiment, you have HCl and just put some spice over there. Can you see the reaction? So it will produce tremendous gaseous thing. And our body are ingesting all these kind of bullshits. And what will happen to the stomach? It will be very much irritated and upset.
मैम मेरा गॉल स्टोन है तो वो स्टोन कैसे होता है?
So there are a lot of theories and food habits. There should be genetical purpose, the chromosomal variations. There are some kind of anomaly in the body, thyroid problem, sugar problem, anything could trigger it. There is no such particular one reason for that the stone has been formed, we cannot say.
Ma'am, I have heard a small kid also, like, is just 1 year old. She is having this
Gallstone.
Yeah, is it
Gallstone.
possible?
Fine. We see it now. We see it because we do not know what happens to the body. Nobody could understand body that much. It just all the now modern time medicine are trial and error medicine. See, at the time of vaccination, everybody was scared about to take the COVID vaccine. Same question was asking whether it will be fatal, whether we will be. So these are the practice trial and error method. So we are, this is a normative part, no? So that's why as much as possible, we should restrict the drugs. Drugs means the medicine. As much as possible, we have to follow the natural way. Though the pharmaceutical business will be damaged, that's why they're promoting their medicines and all. But natural living is the best living. That's why yoga practice, the body movement, proper meditation, food, diet, these are required. And the entire world is moving into it. So balanced diet, proper diet, small diet with a within 2 to 3 hours will keep our body healthy. And all this written, see, all this written in Vedas. but we shouldn't take the tamasic food, we shouldn't take the rotten materials, everything is there. But now they are promoting in different way, na? That do not take these injurious to health, and but everything we knew in our Ayurveda, but we didn't apply it for a long time. But once we are blessed with that, we have to practice it. And if you practice it, automatically the changes will come to the body. You can help your surroundings also. So that is the digestive part, and it is delicate one. So now, I
And
think,
can I just add one thing quickly?
yeah.
Because all of these problems are coming up. The thing is, we have so many foods available in the market.
Mm.
It's very important to read the ingredients also
Yes,
and see what all those additives are. Because yes, sure, they say it's permitted, but it's permitted maybe for a one-time use. But they don't
yes,
know that you're eating, like, bread has the worst chemicals in it, and we're eating that every day. So these things, like, make your own bread. If you love bread, just like I've started doing that, and just always read the ingredients, especially for those who have children and all of that. It's very important, at least in now, because they make you believe with these ads that it's good for you. So
exactly, because the yeast that is used to prepare the bread is a protozoa. It is very harmful for the body. Make your own bread. That's a very nice way we can save ourselves and our future generation. So see, I think Shweta was talking about where the position of the gallbladder, like that way. There is a dark and pancreas in the back side. We cannot see it. Yeah, this is the position of the gallbladder. In this picture, it is more or less 3D. So digestion, now few keywords we have to remember. That mouth is responsible for chewing. All we know that. Esophagus, the movement is called peristalsis. Peristalsis. Stomach, the upper muscle of the stomach relaxes to let the food enter, and lower muscle mixes the food with the digestive juice. Small intestine also doing the peristalsis. Pancreas doesn't have any movement. Liver doesn't have. Large intestine also having the peristalsis movement. So these are the few MCQ questions. The movement along with the name of the organ and the
Ma'am,
movement.
ma'am,
Yes.
this is a peristalsis.
Peristalsis. Peristalsis.
Peristalsis. Yeah.
Yes. Peristalsis means the contraction and relaxation. If you want to,
Okay.
if you want to have a flow of a, that semi-liquid materials, it should be like this: contraction and relaxation. Otherwise, it will not get inside, get down. So that's why we have that movement. Our body does it through the support of the nerve. Through the support of the nerve, once the food comes within the esophagus, the nerve related to that area will start and tell the brain that food has come already. Now you just start your peristalsis. Your peristalsis will start. Automatically, it will go down to the stomach.
That
Okay.
occurs that happens in the esophagus pipe.
Esophagus. And
Like,
obviously the small intestine and the large. Wherever you have a pipe-like structure, long pipe-like structure,
okay.
everywhere it follows the peristalsis. Like
And it helps the
Trikonasana.
food to go. It helps the
To
food to
move,
go to
not
move.
stuck in a particular position. It will forcefully move. Will start to move. Like Trikonasana, one of the best ever practice. I do prefer it and I love that asana so much. Trikonasana. That increase heavily the peristalsis movement as well as the Paschimottanasana.
Triangle pose.
Triangle pose, the Trikonasana. Trikonasana for esophagus, and the Paschimottanasana for your lower abdomen, like small intestine and large intestine. It increases the peristalsis movement heavily, heavily.
It's my favorite.
Yeah, because I can share my experience of once I am in a conference or like that. It's very hard to practice these asanas, and my body feels like that I'm heavy. So until and unless I'm doing this, the body will be heavy, and it's like I am feeling so heavy. But once I have studied it again, after finishing the entire thing, conference or this stuffs, my body again feels so comfortable and like a bird. So every time have to fly. The body weight should be maintained, and as well as the flexibility and the fitness also. So these are the movements of our entire digestive tract, and these are the keywords that you have to remember because MCQ may come in this context. Okay. Now, any query? Any question regarding digestive tract? Okay. So next day we have left nervous system and endocrine system. These two important systems. Though reproductive system and excretory system is not so important, it will take hardly 10 minutes. And nervous system is a long run, and the endocrine system also. And apart from that, we have the sensual sensory organs and homeostasis. So I will request you again, once I will be meeting in the next week, you must prepare your previous session lectures and do your own notes, whatever you have. And during the time of before exam, we will definitely solve 1 or 2 MCQs for your perusal. And so today I'm winding up the session. And if you have any doubt, you can ask. So I'm concluding the session with the prayer, ending prayer. Join your hands and close your eyes. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Saviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Radhikam. Gentle massage on the face, on your neck. Keep your hands slowly. Gently open your eyes. Okay, bye-bye all. Stay blessed. We will meet in the next video.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, all of you.
Thank you, everyone.